Hey guys, it's Ethan, and today I will be bringing the sword guide that was promised as a sub goal on my Twitch stream, which is linked down in the description below, so check that out. And this sword guide will be going over all the moves the kit has to offer, true combos, strings, and how to edge guard. So let's get to it. Starting with Sword Starlight, this move can be used as a gap closer because of the distance it travels. It also functions as a combo starter, and it can be used as a get off me tool. And if you're feeling fancy, we can go for cool dodge reads off this move, but we'll cover that later in the video. Next up is Sword DLIGHT. DLIGHT is your main combo tool and probably the most important move in the whole kit in general. It's your main source of damage, and it allows for all the true combos that you see from sword players, such as downlight down air, downlight nair, downlight recovery, and of course downlight SAIR. Next up is Sword Neutral Light. Considering this move can hit stacked, it is your main get off me tool. It also has fast startup frames, so it can be used as a way to cover your whiffs. So for example, if I miss Sword DLIGHT right here, I can immediately go for the Sword Neutral Light to cover. Just like this. And another way of using Sword Neutral Light is that it early helps. It doesn't send far at all, so you can use that to lead into other moves like Sword DLIGHT and Sword Starlight. Next up, we're moving on to Sword's aerial kit, and that's going to be starting with NAIR. NAIR is an amazing aerial approach action that comes out fast. Can be used to be hit grounded. And since this move is safe on miss, it allows for drift, which makes it easy to abuse. Just like Lance Nair. You get a lot of drift off of it. Like so. Next up is down air. Down air basically has the same hitbox as Nair, but instead it's just sitting downwards. This move is amazing for edge guard because of the spike it has. It also has a lot of drift on whiff and on hit. So when you're going for dash jump down airs, you can move out the way and not get hit from your opponent. And it has a lot of true combos that we'll cover on later in the video. Next up, SAIR is your main tool for hitting people off stage or just for regaining stage control. It allows you to get all the map pressure back, and it has two hitboxes. So if you get the first hitbox, it looks like this, or you can get the second hitbox and delay it just to catch your opponent off guard. Like so. Last but not least, recovery is one of the best recoveries in the game, in my opinion. It's a kill option off of DLIGHT. The hitbox covers your whole entire body, and it's really good for catching people off guard and challenging people above you, like so. And on top of this, you can string it a lot with Sword Neutral Air, just to keep juggling. Alrighty, now that we know the basics of every move and what it does, we're going to be moving into the combos and strings that this weapon has to offer. And this is a lot, so this is going to be a long part of the video, and I'm just going to be talking and just be going over a lot of things right now. So let's start off with Sidelight, right? So of course, Sidelight strings has a lot to offer. It sets up in one spot for the most part. The opponent isn't really sent away from you, so that's really good, and it's just really easy to get dodgers off this thing. So let's put the bot's health at around 40 HP. So for some strings you can do, you can go for Sidelight Neutral Light. You can go for Sidelight DLIGHT. You can go for Sidelight Down Air. If the opponent likes to jump out of Sidelight, you can go for Sidelight Recovery. Or Nair, if you feel like Nair is better here. And you can go for Sidelight SAIR off jump. These are all of the Sidelight strings that you can go for. Now we're going to be covering some dodge reads off this. A lot of people like to dodge in off of Sword Sidelight, so what you can do here is go for a Sidelight, reverse DLIGHT to catch that. That's the basic string you can do. Sword Sidelight, reverse DLIGHT into whatever you find comfortable at this health. If they're in the middle, you can go for the Sword Sidelight, reverse DLIGHT there, ground pound recovery. which is a very advanced string. Where you got working on line positioning for that one. You can go for side light, reverse GCD light SAIR. This has jump on, which is why I'm not hitting anything. Or you can go for a side light, reverse GCD light recovery. There's a lot of stuff you can do off reverse GCD light. The same works for dodges away. If the opponent likes to dodge away, they side light, you follow them. You can go for the neutral light to chase them, or you can go for the side light, you dash jump, follow with them, DLIGHT SAIR, like so. And remember, when you're going for this, you want to go for your little drift after this, because if you don't, you will not reach them. And then you have to make sure that you're around half jump height when going for your GCD light. This is the height you want to be at for most GCD lights, because it catches in the air and it'll catch like on the tip of their head. You want to work on positioning yourself for this specific D-light. All right, now let's cover some spot dodge reads. So what you can do off spot dodge is anything really. A lot of stuff you can do. Remember, you just want to be creative and find whatever you find, and just do whatever you find cool, basically. Alrighty, and I think that's it for sword side light. I mean, of course, if they dodge up, you can just go for recovery and stuff like that, like I was talking about earlier, or a side air. Like, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, that's pretty much sword side light dodge reads. That's what most people do, and yeah. Alrighty, now that we covered side light, we're going to be going over downlight DAIR dodge reads, right? So if you guys watch my gameplay, this is something I go for a lot. I'm not really the type of player to just go for DLIGHT SAIRs and just go back to neutral and reset. No, I like to go in and go ham when I'm playing sword, because before then I used to play a lot of Mortis and stuff like that, and I just really liked going for dodge reads and going for heavy strings. But anyways, I digress. Let's just go into the main topic. So DLIGHT DAIR dodge reads, right? There is lots to offer, because off this move here at early healths, they are pretty much set in the same spot, and it's just really good, right? So we'll turn jump off. We're going around 30 damage. Yeah, that should be good. So it's basically the same premise as sword with sword side light. We're gonna start off with dodge in reads, because that's a direction a lot of people like to dodge in. So we'll just put that to the right side. So off DLIGHT there, you can just go for the signature GCD light into ground pound SAIR like I do, or if you want to feel safe and go for the safe option, you can just go for the GCD light SAIR or another GCD light down there, like so, something like that. I don't know. You didn't have to do the ground pound recovery. I was just adding in extra stuff just to be extra, you know? Now, another thing is people like to dodge away from you when you're hitting your down air. So what you can go for is downlight DAIR, you follow them, and then you go for the downlight side air or down air like so. Like that. Let's go over that slowly. So what I do here is when I go for the downlight DAIR, I start drifting with them just to see what they're going to do, like so, and then off of that I can react, which would then be the GCD light here, and that's how you go for your dodge away read. And remember, guys, you don't have to go for the DLIGHT ground pound SAIR and stuff like that, like I do, right? You can go for GCD light recovery SAIR just depending on where they're at. I just go for that. I like to just be fancy and just see what damage I can pull off and stuff like that. Alrighty, now another thing people like to do is when you hit a DLIGHT DAIR, right? Some people like to spot dodge and just grab the Ken to wake up just to catch you off guard, because they think you're gonna like wait in front of them and go for another GCD light. So what you can do, right, is they spot dodge like so. I'm gonna put neutral dodge there. You DLIGHT DAIR, you jump up, DAIR recovery, just like that. We'll show that one more time. DLIGHT DAIR. Play it back. So what I do is, once you go for the DLIGHT DAIR, you're gonna fast fall and then immediately jump. because off this down air, they think I'm gonna try to lead it into something, so then they dodge out of panic. You need to do this, because if you just immediately jump, they probably won't dodge because they just see you jumping away. So it's always good to just act like you're gonna continue it and then immediately escape, like so, and then you can bait out the dodge like that. And then from there, you just go for your DAIR recovery, your free damage. Now, some other dodges people do is that people like to dodge down. So off of dodge down, you can do a DLIGHT DAIR, chase dodge down, DLIGHT SAIR. If you have Brawlhalla, you can go for DLIGHT. Hold on. If you have Brawlhalla here, this is something I like to go for on Brawlhalla sword. Especially if they have, let's see, like 90 health. I'm gonna dodge down, DLIGHT DAIR, chase dodge down, down sig. And of course, this can work with other sword legends. This is something you need to experiment and see what works and what doesn't. But yeah, that covers basically what I go for on DLIGHT DAIR. Like for up dodges and stuff like that, it's basically the same thing. Like if people dodge diagonally in or diagonally up, just apply the same concepts to it. When you go for that DLIGHT DAIR and they like to go up, jump with them and then see what you can do off of that. So for example, if they dodge up left, which is rare, but it happens, right? So let's jump. I'm stupid, sorry. Up left, okay. You can just follow like this. Stuff like this. It's literally the same concept. Like you're always just following them forward or back. And if you need help figuring out like what to do, like just think about it logically. If you hit a DLIGHT DAIR here, they're more than likely gonna go to the left side because of the stage they have, right? If you hit a DLIGHT DAIR here, they're more than likely gonna try to dodge in to get back that stage control or just go off stage. So you just gotta see what works best and what the scenario is. But yeah, that's it for DLIGHT DAIR, dodge reads, and strings. But I forgot one more thing, so I'm just gonna add that in. Another thing you can do is DLIGHT DAIR, NLIGHT. That's a string that's really good, and I think it's true at certain healths or certain decks or something like that, but I'll cover that later in the video if I get to it. Let's see. Yeah, this is too high health, so let's go right here. This is just a quick string you can do. Really good. Anyways, on to the next. Guys, I forgot to mention that DLIGHT DAIR recovery is a true combo that happens at 130 health. So you just have to hit the DLIGHT close like this, and then you can lean to the down air, and then you just go straight for the recovery like that. Now that we covered all the basic stuff of swords, just as what each move does, some dodge reads off sidelight and DLIGHT DAIR and stuff like that, now we're going to be going over some questions that people could ask me in my sub chat in my Discord. And the first question was, when is it best to use DLIGHT SAIR and DLIGHT DAIR based on where you're on stage? So that's a really good question. Basically the best answer is whenever they are in deep red like this and you want to get stage control, you would DLIGHT SAIR, because from here you have all the stage control. Now they are in red. All you have to do is just land another side or a down air, maybe a DLIGHT recovery, whatever, to continue juggling. But at this spot, you are in the most advantageous state you can be in, right? If they are in the middle of the stage, like say you're facing this direction and they are in kill percent for the true combo, you would go for the DLIGHT DAIR recovery like this. So to sum it up, if you want to send them off stage to go for the edge guard and you are able to, then do it, because you can always regain stage control. That's basically when you use DLIGHT SAIR, and you use DLIGHT DAIR in earlier healths, and if you're comfortable and have like a really good read on them, then you can go for that. The next question is, what do you do when your opponent likes to panic jump off stage? Now, there's a lot of options you can do, right? So let me just set this bot off stage right here. Let's put him position reset. Let's put him around right here, and then position reset on. And then we're gonna have him panic jump. So when he jumps, Jump reaction on. Health around 70. Okay, let's try this. So what you want to go for is you can go for a downer, chase dodge, ground pound if they like to panic jump. Gotta hit the thing now. Like that. If they like panic jumping, that's mostly the best option you're gonna go for. Like so. So off the ground pound. If they panic jump after it because they think they're safe, now they aren't. You immediately go for the chase dodge down there, and that's what you can do to cover that option that people like to do. And what you can also do is, instead of chase dodging, if you're worried about if they have a dodge or not, you can ground pound and then just fastball with them and then match their jump. So when you get around to this height, instead of dangling again, you're going to jump with them. And so they have just only a dodge left, and then you can just get the easy down there. Alrighty. We're back on the main menu of training mode. The next question was, how do you win neutral with sword? Period. How to just win neutral with sword? I couldn't really explain this in the training mode, so what we're going to do is we're going to queue an experimental match. And we're going to see how that goes. I'm going to be holding sword the whole time. And I'll just try to explain what I'm doing and like as I'm going for it. Alright.
3, 2, 1, brawl.
Sword neutral is pretty easy for the most part. Let me throw this away. You're just going to be going for a lot of your moves that don't have recovery frames, which means like NAIR, DAIR, remember, stuff like that have a lot of drift. He's just sharking me a little bit. A little bit of nair juggling here and there, because when you juggle with nair, people tend to fall to the side of you, so you can just lead that into a side air. That's what tracking is. You're tracking where they're gonna go. And nice. I know he was just gonna run straight into me, so I just went straight for the GC DLIGHT side air right there. Nice, and you get weapon again to get back stage control and neutral. I just tried to go for the preemptive dodge and read because the weapon was spawned in. And now I can just keep covering myself with all my moves. I keep going for nairs to cover the air, and then I mix it up with the DLIGHT or a neutral light if he tries to land in front of me. Tried to hit him with the downer right there. Can go for that. There we go. See the mix up? He thought I was gonna stay grounded and try to go for the DLIGHT, so I just went for the dash insect to mix him up right there. That was a good kill. I need to get sword again. Sorry about that. Sorry for sharking you, buddy. Alright, back to stage. Went for the slide there. He had nowhere to run, and I had all the space in the world, so I just went for that. I saw he didn't react or anything, so I just went straight for the side air, catch him off guard. Again, GC DLIGHT is an amazing option used for punishing and dodging stuff at the same time. He's gonna go for another one. Oh. There we go. And that's how you play sword neutral. Alrighty, the next question is, how does sword do into most matchups? I think sword is a very 50-50 type weapon. I think it's good into some weapons like blasters, axe, let's see, gauntlets, good into gauntlets in my opinion. But other than that, everything else is just really 50-50. And in most matchups, like in heavy matchups at least, like hammer, lance, and axe, what you're going to be going for is GC DLIGHT and a lot of NAIR DAIR juggles, honestly, because you just want to get inside of them and stuff like that and just not give them any space or map control, because that's what all those weapons play around, is just map control. And then weapons like orb, spear, scythe, gauntlets, bow, cannon, guitars, greatsword, etc., etc. Those are matchups where you can just play slow and let them come into you, because you have the space to punish them with GCD lights, satellites on whiff, neutral lights, and stuff like that. So yeah. And now the final question of this sword guide is how to properly use GCD light. Now, GCD light is probably the best punish tool you can use on this weapon, and this is just basically a positioning thing, right? So when you're going for the GCD light, you want to make sure that you are at head level and you aren't too high, because if you're too high, this can happen and then you can fuck yourself. You want to be at a height where it can catch the top of the head and it can catch if they jump. So it'll be around this light right here, half jump. And this is something you want to work on with everything. Say if you're learning how to, say if you're approaching high like this, oh, you're about to land, boom, GCD light SAIR. Or say if you want to just like be ready to spot dodge weapon throw, like that, boom. You want to work on positioning yourself at this level so you can start hitting your D lights and get that perfect spacing like this. Thank you for watching my sword guide. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys can also like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.